Na 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 na. Lord. Na 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 na. Lord. Piki maua ua hibidi na ua piki maua ua
I Logos Music.
piki maua ua hibidi na ua piki maua ua hibidi One day she would grow to be a known worldwide presenter. Victoria Kimani didn't know that she would kill the show. Run Lagos before Nairobi felt out. Take a look at Lupita Nyong'o. A better life right now is full of pretenders. Spend a little now you know. Spend now me know. Tukambali na nimbali ni naenda. Now you can bet your money on me. Baby, I'm the real deal, real deal. And they can never slow me down. I'm a big deal, big deal. Mama told me. Sit down, be humble, keep it classy, keep it real. She doing her thing though. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she doing better. She doing her thing though. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing though. Unstoppable, a phenomenal. She doing her thing though. She a queen though. I wanna meet Buddha, so I can shake her hand, tell her she a queen. She made something of herself. Now when he catch feelings, she account shillings, top billing. While she in a private jet, get down on your knees and praise. And then do your best. They don't know your tears. What you say? Speak now or forever hold your breath. Now you can bet your money on me. Baby, I'm the real deal, real deal. And they can never slow me down. I'm a big deal, big deal. Mama told me. Sit down, be humble. Keep it classy like Victoria. She doing her thing though. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she doing better. She doing her thing though. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing though. Unstoppable, a phenomenal. She doing her thing though. She a queen though. She a queen though. I wanna big up all the queens in the building. All the queens doing their thing. I see you, baby. Get on the floor one time. Now, piki maua. Piki maua. Piki maua. Piki maua. Now you can bet your money on me. Baby, I'm the real deal, real deal. And they can never slow me down. I'm a big deal, big deal. Mama told me. Sit down, be humble, keep it classy, give it real. She doing her thing though. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she doing better. She doing her thing though. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing though. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she doing better. She doing her thing though. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing though. Unstoppable, a phenomenal. She doing her thing though. She a queen though. She a queen though.
I Logos Music.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Our radio. That guy ass. Ninapendwa kote Mandala. Classic man swag ajidana. Haters wanna jump, tiny temper. Cause I got the heat, Mandara. Ukiniona hivi, magoti ninapiga na mdomo inakiri. Ya kwamba mi jasiri, Ni vyema ukumbuke na subira itabidi. What is your name? How you feeling though? How far you go? That's up to you. Kila kitu chini ya jua, ulipewa we ya kuchagua. This is for those who dream with their eyes open, chasing their dreams, writing their names on the stars. Chasing our dreams, we fly away. We are chasing our dreams, we fly away. Dream chaser, iko nini unateta? Dream chaser, haina ngori tunatesa. Dream chaser, iko nini unateta? Dream chaser, haina ngori tunatesa.
Me and my band go get a champion and stallion with chic technique. Fit, ice cold, kwanini in a teta. No one on a corner had swagger so sweet. Already at the top, you can try but you can hold me. Even if it does get a little bit lonely. My life is so great like that tiger, Tony. Ask about me, you should really get to know me.
What is your name? How you feeling though? How far you go? That's up to you. Kila kitu chini ya jua, ulipewa we ya kuchagua. This is for those who dream with their eyes open, chasing their dreams, writing their names on the stars. We are chasing our dreams, we fly away. We are chasing our dreams, we fly away. Dream chaser, iko nini unateta? Dream chaser, haina ngori tunatesa. Dream chaser, iko nini unateta? Dream chaser, haina ngori tunatesa. Dream chaser, iko nini unateta? Dream chaser, haina ngori tunatesa. Dream chaser, iko nini unateta? Dream chaser, haina ngori tunatesa.
Yo, yeah, kuna kama yeah, king of kings to the place. Give it to me, die. Give it to me, die. Give it to me, die. Unafanya moyo wangu Kasari kafit, kasari kana wewe, kasari kafit, kasari kafit, kasari kafit, kasari kana wewe, kasari kafit. Come, peleke na rada. Pake blessing double tapata. Wengine ni kujichocha yendo mama yendo bazenga. S-I-M-B-A, Simba.
Yeah, man.
Come, peleke na rada. Pake blessing double tapata. Wengine ni kujichocha yendo mama yendo bazenga. Johnny, S-I-M-B-A, Simba. Simba. Give it to me, die. Give it to me, die. Give it to me, die. Unafanya moyo wangu
Sasa mimi naitwa Neema, amenijaza mingi neema, nikijitazama juu chini, naona love yako tu. Let me put on my dancing shoes. Now niko ready to praise you. Hata mifupa ivunjike ni sawa tu. Ni vile nakupedaga tu.
Kasani kafit,
kasani kafit,
kasani kana wewe, kasani kafit, kasani kafit, kasani kana wewe, kasani kafit. Give it to me, die. Give it to me, die. Give it to me, die. Unafanya moyo wangu Come, bazenga, yani S-I-M-B-A. Simba, Simba. Pepe, niwe Jemedai. Pepe, niwe Jemedai. Pepe, niwe Jemedai. Pepe, unafanya moyo wangu
Simba Sound Production. From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Caroline Murote, and welcome to Sheversations on this happy Friday. It is the 4th of April, and you are hanging out with me here on Sheversations, where we aim to amplify female voices. So anything about the girlies, I need you to let me know what kind of conversations you would like us to be having. But otherwise, we talk about everything uterus, everything ovaries, everything boobies, everything the girlies. Yes, and I'm gonna remind you guys what we say in Setswana, mosadi ke thari ya setšhaba, which means that the woman is the backbone of the nation. And I have explained to you guys, but because of how much I love you, I'm gonna let you know again that thari in the Setswana language is a goat skin or animal skin hide that was used as a cloth to carry a baby on the mother's back. And that cloth would last forever. It would last forever. It would take care of babies and babies and babies and grandbabies and great-grandbabies. And hence, that is what they refer as a phrase, as a proverb of honor in the Setswana culture. They say that mosadi ke thari ya setšhaba. Setšhaba means nation. So she is the backbone of the nation because she's the one who holds up, protects, nurtures our society. And if you have a mother near you, an auntie near you, a grandmother near you, a woman that has taken care of you, then you understand exactly what we mean. And we appreciate the gents, guys, gentlemen, we appreciate you so much, but we can never say enough about how much the women in our lives have, the lengths to which they would go to take care of us, to put food on the table, to make sure that there's clothes on our back, to make sure that we are doing okay, to make sure that our emotions are safe, that we can talk about certain things. And that is the value of a woman. And hence, Sheversations is all about giving a platform to women for us to shine, for us to share our stories. And we are here every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And you can catch us on the Power Radio. So we have on our Power Radio website, as well as on Power Radio, the YouTube channel. So you pass by there, give us a like, give us a follow, and hit us up. Let us know what kind of conversations you'd like to have. And if there's an artist making beautiful music close to you, then we want to give them a shout out and a platform here on Power Radio. And speaking of which, we got into the show by Ms. Afena Gitu doing her thing though. That was the extended play. And then we had Dream Chaser, because that's who we are. We chase our dreams and we do it intentionally, by Fee. And then we had Dumkutwaf by Blackie Boy featuring Wapenda Muziki. That is Dumkutwaf, the remix. Now, the time is 14 minutes past 11, and I'm going to see you in just a few more minutes. You stay tuned. I'll be back before you know it.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
It's easy now that you are near me. Discovering life, my life is easy, Lord, you give me abounding grace. Wake up, I see your face. Every day, closer and more we stay. You made a way, gave me grace. Now it's easy for me. I have a way, it's easy for me. You made a way, gave me grace. Now it's
got the best things in life. Traded in for money and I give a side eye. I met Faith, she a friend of mine. She give me strength when I don't see with my eye. Hope, yeah, she hold me close when my life low. And love, keep me loving even when they do the most. You made a way, gave me grace. Now it's easy for me. I have a way, yeah, yeah. It's easy for me. You made a way, gave me grace. Now it's easy for me. I have a way, yeah, yeah. It's easy for me. 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 Never keep my mind off you. Daily in your word is true. Now I got eternity and now I got a life made new. Changed everything, who would I knew? You got me and my crew. Riding with you. Give our lives and our drives to you. Make it brand new. Use it for you. Take all the glory cause it's all for you. Yeah. You made a way. Gave me grace. Now it's easy for me. I have a way. Yeah, yeah. It's easy for me. You made a way. Gave me grace. Now it's easy for me. I have a way. Yeah, yeah. It's easy for me. 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 It's easy for me.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
I know it's getting way too late, but I'm struggling to let go. I know it's getting way too late, but baby, please don't you go. Yeah, you know that OG feeling when I feel I'm alone again. I've been here before, so I'm really not scared this time. Baby, no, I'm really tryna say what's on my mind. 2 years down the line, then I see your face and all I think is rewind. Oh, baby, what is this you're doing to me? Oh, baby, girl, I think that I could do it again. Tell me that it's over. I need you closer, much closer this time. And don't you tell me that it's over. I need you closer, much closer this time. When I'm thinking about this woman for the very last time, cause she swore that she's done with me. Oh, baby, girl, I think that I could do it again. And now I can do it again. Girl, pray for me. I'm about to give it up for you. Right, listen. I'm tripping but another mistake. I'm tripping but another mistake. Like, whoa, I really made a song about her, oh. I lost my girl cause I did that shit again. And now I'm all alone, out here chilling out with all these hoes. I'm tripping but another mistake. I'm tripping by my shawty code.
Unaona habari, unaona hao wamezicheza.
Roundi, utajua haujui, hatuweki mafala. Pesa nitakula,
na sitaleta kurahi. Wakifunga nyumba ulikuwa rundawe, hatuweki mafala. Haujali about me, nasikia una benki Maldives. Kiji nyumba kina cheki palm trees, ikinuka utaruka kambi. Sina karo, sina food, sina kodi, na nina BBI, kuna COVID. Miss me na stories za BBI. Wanasema tunavuta bangi, lakini cheki zinashika nani? Wananchi wanawika haki, ukutenda zikipita kati. Sitakuvotia wewe, ukabila ndiyo policy, kama bia ndiyo policy, kaka mia ndiyo policy. Sitakuvotia wewe, ukabila ndiyo policy, kama bia ndiyo policy, kaka mia ndiyo policy. Mafala so pesa nitakula, sitaleta kura. Nikishindo nare, ulikuwa Karen, hatuweki mafala. Hawajali about you, nasikia wana mali offshores. Mandege na mameli lonos, wakidedi watasare others. Magazeti walihonga of course, kwenye tali nikiteri man. Someone tell me where we headed now. Wanasema tunavuta bangi, lakini cheki zinashika nani? Wananchi wanawika haki, ukutenda zikipita kati. Sitakuvotia wewe, ukabila ndiyo policy, kama bia ndiyo policy, kaka mia ndiyo policy. Sitakuvotia wewe, ukabila ndiyo policy, kama bia ndiyo policy, kaka mia ndiyo policy. Mafala Roundy, utajua haujui.
She's on the beat. Okay, yeah, you remind me when the sun shine, better utilize it. By the way, I've been really vibing. Do me spend time for long, trying to visualize it. I killing me, just fantasizing. Every little thing, every single time your eyes and I meet. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a little bit tricky because tango kitambo tumekuwa marafiki. Tell me you wanna live the friends only. Unaogopa nini? Cause I got you. If you fall, I promise to get you, get you, get you. If you fall, I promise to get you. Yeah, I promise to get you. I promise to get you. Yeah, I promise. I promise this. I promise. Mina da tupendane, misi da tukosane, tupatane usiku wa manane. Unaweza come to banane. Yeah, be my baby. Bestie, let's go dancing. We are amazing. Let's start with the basics. Yeah. It's gonna be a little bit tricky because tango kitambo tumekuwa marafiki. Tell me you wanna live the friends only. Unaogopa nini? Cause I got you. If you fall, I promise to get you, get you, get you. If you fall, I promise to get you. Yeah, I promise to get you. I promise to get you. Yeah, I promise. I promise this. I promise.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
I
promise that is a brandy minor. Right before that, we had Policy saying Ukabila ni Policy by Flyer, and further from me, K the Bawiti and Fagers with the romance blues, because ukuinja mnachitiana vibaya. Woo! Dust is constant, they said. See Mimi. And we also had Easy for Me Shani just giving her props to the most high. The time is 26 minutes past 11, just 34 minutes to half past today for Rahi Day. And I hope that you are having an awesome Friday. I'm having a good day. I'm having a good day. And let me know what kind of day you're having, because venye nimetoka Gashia, it is raining cats and dogs. Alafu nikafika huku Nairobi, it is shining. It is almost hot. And I'm just like, this weather it's gonna be a strange year, but I like that it's raining, because like we've had jua kali sana, sindio, already. So these are some of the stories with regards to the ladies around the world, in our country and in Africa and around the world. So we're going to start off with one that just makes me want to rant, vent, hit somebody, just just do something potentially illegal, because it is disgusting, it is frustrating, it is infuriating. And on the 28th of March, a 17-year-old girl in Wajir County was murdered. Gala Aiden Abdi, a 17-year-old girl and refugee from Dadaab refugee camp, was murdered for what? For refusing to marry a 55-year-old man. Her body was burnt beyond recognition. And 3 suspects, including the man she was forced to marry, were arrested. And women's rights activists, including Harriet Ashigai, condemned the murder and called for justice. This is, oh my goodness. This is, I'm almost short for words. To see how far, the extent to which we dehumanize girls in our country, and how, some cultural practices and religious practices and beliefs are toxic to a point where the life of a 17-year-old girl becomes irrelevant as soon as you realize that you're not able to take possession of her person. And let me just say to these people and anybody who thinks that this is okay, that this is justified, you are disgusting. You need help. You need Jesus and a whole lot of therapy, because how long are we going to talk about child marriages, about gender-based violence, forced marriages, and just having justice for women, let alone children? 17 years, she has her whole life ahead of her. And she was burnt to a crisp. Her body was burnt beyond recognition. Why? Because she didn't want to marry a 55-year-old man, a man who's going through a midlife crisis. And just honestly, we need to condemn and rebuke cultures and religious practices that make it okay for us to normalize things like this, And when you hear stories like this, let it please be your business. So we're just calling onto the government to strengthen enforcement of child protection laws, because clearly there's precedents. Clearly there's things that have been happening, and community leaders also need to actively discourage forced marriages, as well as educate families on the rights of girls, especially uko grasslands, mashinani, up country, and just those places that are far off, that are not very well served. And we need to also look into how the police and the judicial systems expedite cases related to gender-based violence to ensure justice. And essentially, that is femicide. And that is completely disgusting. It is just, my heart breaks. And for Gala Aiden Abdir, may your soul rest in eternal peace. Yes, and on the 7th of March, the Kenya Healthcare Federation and Strathmore University hosted a conference advocating for increased female leadership in healthcare. And this is a bit heartwarming, because there's been a whole lot of up and down, a whole lot of hullabaloo when it comes to the healthcare systems, with nurses and doctors taking turns to strike, and just them not agreeing, the unions not agreeing with the government pay and the institutional pay. And it's a good thing that we have organizations such as the Kenya Healthcare Federation and institutions such as Strathmore University that are looking to provide mentorship and sponsorship, programs for women in their healthcare spaces. So it is very encouraging, and we want to see more of the government enforcing policies, ensuring that everybody in healthcare have equal opportunities for leadership roles, particularly women. And to organizations, this is a call for those on ground to address workplace discrimination, as well as creating safer spaces for women to be able to walk up the ladder, climb up the ladder based on their merit. We need to constantly create more inclusive spaces. And now there is a call for women's leadership in politics and business. And as far as the 8th of March, Jacqueline Coney urged women to claim leadership positions in politics and business. And she was highlighting the persistent underrepresentation. So aside from the noise of impeach, recall, we still have underrepresentation of women in leadership spaces. And what we need to see is political parties prioritizing female candidates, as well as providing funding support. And we say here on Sheversations that affirmative action is going to be the order of the day. As long as we have an equal and a just society that does not give equal opportunities to those that are qualified, then we are going to continue to create spaces to empower those that have been underserved. Women must be given access to leadership training and mentorship. They must be given access to these positions, and we need to see this in the policy spaces, for the purposes of ensuring equal pay as well as workplace equality. And something else that we want to see an advancement of digital inclusion for women and girls. And what does this mean? It means organizations such as KICTA Net emphasizing digital access for women and girls, and they did so on the 8th of March, citing barriers like affordability, literacy, and safety concerns online, right? It's not a very safe space for women online when it comes to advocacy, when it comes to women in leaderships of, high platform authority. It is quite a murky space, because any conversation I have listened to or watched with a woman who has been online, sharing her experience, she will tell you that it's not a safe space. And we are, of course, comparing to what men's experiences are. Not that it's rosy everywhere, but I can tell you for sure that the amount of objectification, body shaming, and just trivializing of issues that happens to women on public platforms is worrisome. And so what we need to do to also just have more women online and have more empowered women online is for tech companies to prioritize affordable digital access for women, while the government provides digital literacy programs for girls in schools. So just intentionally targeting young girls for the sake of empowering them so that they are able, to have the literacy they need for digital spaces. And policy. This is a song. Sai Flyer ametuambia sai kuhusu policy. We've just listened to that jam, but this is a different kind of policy. We must establish policies to curb online harassment targeting women. And oftentimes, it's not just the inadequate policies or lack thereof, but also the lack of administration. Just these policies are created and barely work. So we need to see we need to see the fruition of the mandate that the policy was created for. These policies need to be followed through. Yes, but on a good note, there's been leadership training for women in agriculture spaces, and a lady called Frida McKenna became a supervisor after attending Fairtrade's Women's School of Leadership. So that is a success story. And this School of Leadership in Fairtrade, or Fairtrade Women's School of Leadership, promotes gender equality in agriculture. So that is very, very encouraging for the women and the girlies in the agriculture space, because it points to economic empowerment. It points to leadership, and we should see more of this, and meaning that in the agricultural spaces, organizations need to create more leadership opportunity for the girlies, as well as just whoever can, government and other institutions, to offer grants to support female-led agricultural enterprises. And we need to look into training programs to be expanded to ensure gender inclusivity, that if you're somebody that's doing something agriculture related, you need to look around the room and ensure that you're recruiting more women and just having inclusivity, having a representation. So now let's look at what's going on in the space of tech and AI, and how AI is actually impacting women's employment. So on the 4th of April, a report at the Global AI Summit in Kigali, Rwanda, warned that women in Africa's outsourcing sector are 10% more susceptible to automation than men. That's interesting. So this is us looking into the gender disparities in tech. So this calls for us to empower women with upskilling in tech-related fields, as well as reskilling programs for vulnerable workers in these spaces, and having AI policies to address gender biases in automation. So if anybody is being affected, let that also be equitable where gender is involved, because here we need to take care of our women so that our women continue to take care of us, because that's what we've seen. Women are so valuable to society, and women will take care of everybody else regardless. In spite of themselves, they will take care of everybody else. And another horrifying story of injustice and of gross violation of human rights is a South African woman. A young girl, a baby, 7-year-old baby. She's now 8 years old. She was brutally raped. She was brutally raped last year, and this sparked outrage and renewed protest against gender-based violence. So word is that this case has been pending for 5 months, and nothing has happened. And women's rights groups have demanded swift justice, and stricter laws to protect women and girls. And this case has intensified debates on law enforcement's effectiveness in handling sexual violent cases. And the school that where this case happened in the Eastern Cape province in South Africa, the biggest South African province, has been deregistered, and one of the suspects of this rape is the principal. So this story, young 7-year-olds, where do you get the audacity? What kind of self-respecting human being rapes a 7-year-old? And tells me that we have a societal problem. There is a lot going on, and makes me very fired up to see that the men around me are raised properly, to see that the men around me, even the grown-ups, have views that represent humanity, that represent everybody around them in a dignified manner. Because where you see a fully fledged adult raping a 7-year-old, and that case has been in court for 5 months, has not gotten the due justice, to the point where now it's become a national story, as of 2 days ago. Why? Because it's not been addressed, and so the mom came forward and shared the story with the media, and honestly, this is disgusting. And the funny story, and this is not funny in any way whatsoever, is the fact that apparently this is the order of the day in a lot of South African schools, where you have a lot of minors being sexually assaulted by their educators. It is disgusting, and it needs to come to an end. The South African government needs to strengthen rape laws and ensure swift prosecution of offenders. I am of the healthy opinion that even though people do repent and do get better, it's okay to castrate people that do these things. It's okay. It's okay for you to, that's where I'm at right now. That's even in the space of forgiveness, just big on accountability and consequences of your actions, because you can never return the peace and the innocence and the childhood of a 7-year-old child, and just understanding, what kind of trauma you put this child under, and only in the space of a miraculous healing could this child be okay. But what kind of a life have you sentenced this child to live, and how they see themselves, how they see their body, because you have commodified and objectified their body to the point where you've taken away all their sense of agency from childhood. This is such a foundational perception that you're giving them, such a broken perception of themselves, of men, of society, and you ruin it for all other men when you sexually molest a child, let alone an adult woman. But when you sexually molest a child, you ruin their relationships with men in the future, because this child loses an objective view of who they are and the innocence that they're supposed to have to grow up and make their own choices, make their own mistakes, have their own experiences without having that agency being taken away from them. So we need law enforcement agencies to be better trained to handle sexual violence cases with high sensitivity as well as efficiency. And communities need to be at the forefront of dismantling rape culture and giving education and creating awareness campaigns. This needs to start at a community level, because if you're silent, you're a part of the problem. If this is happening in societies around you, and you just need to ask girls near you, have you ever been sexually harassed? Has a man probably most likely touched you somewhere, done something, violated you? And most girls will tell you, yes, most girls, I have been sexually assaulted by a man. I have been groped without permission. I have, I survived an attempted rape. And this is a lot of our stories. It is the most heartbreaking thing that this is a trend. It is disgusting to think how many of our grandmothers and mothers and aunties have the same stories, and how long as a society, as a humanity, are we going to continue to allow these things to happen? So I hope that the fear of God strikes these people's hearts, because that's the only... I don't know. For me, I say castrate them. Just take something off. Because that is, at that point, you're an animal, and only God can help you. That's because something is wrong with you to the core. Now, let's just have a bit of a global look at women's stories. So we have the co-hosting of the 2035 Women's World Cup, whoop, whoop. And Scotland, England, Northern Ireland, and Wales will co-host the 2035 FIFA Women's World Cup. So are you a soccer girly? Are you somebody that's interested in sports? So just be on the lookout for that. Okay, so 10 years from now. Very exciting. But yes, this is just a call for governments to invest in women's sports infrastructure, as well as giving equal pay and sponsorship opportunities for female athletes. All right. And now we see some backlash against the #MeToo movement, where we see an increased dismissal of sexual assault allegations in the US, which threatens the progress in gender equality. Now, the challenge I have with this pushback against the #MeToo movement is the socialite culture, because a lot of this pushback is coming from the high-profile celebrity cases where a lot of the witnesses and a lot of the victims allegedly, a lot of the alleged victims come up with false reports against their alleged abusers. When you as a woman, and whoever is in that team and that bandwagon of foolishness, decides to come up and give false witness against somebody because you have something to gain, probably financially, clout, who knows. What you do is that you discredit all other women. You discredit all other victims of sexual harassment and violence against women. That's what happens. You make it, the story of the boy who cried wolf? That's what happens. Now, every woman who has a valid complaint, who has a valid, is genuinely seeking out justice, becomes the boy who cried wolf, because we don't know to believe you or not. And we say, listen to women, believe women. And then now we have women riding on that. And honestly, I stick to Jesus, because the balance of the morality in this world is extremely skewed. And some people need to have their heads screwed on the right way. You need to get to your senses, because there is no way we are here advocating against sexual violence and the violation of women's rights, their bodily autonomy and all of that. And you are here falsely accusing people of something they didn't do to you for clout. That is an extreme case of a broken sense of identity and attention seeking to the max. So yeah, we just need to see just a lot of tightening the screws on legal reforms to ensure that sexual assault cases are taken seriously, and awareness campaigns should be created to focus on the shifting societal attitudes, because now it's become a trend to falsely accuse men who are innocent. And a lot of this is happening in the West, particularly in the Hollywood spaces. And it's particularly the cases that have a lot of media attention, that have throngs and droves of women coming out to testify, a lot of whom are not usually legitimate, even while there are some legitimate victims. And just sifting through the mess is an uphill task. And that is not a hill that I want to die on. So shame on you, because what you're doing is walking women empowerment backwards. Yeah. So now, peeping toms and people who just want their whole personality to be defined as creepy. So there have been 48 cases of female swimmers being filmed in changing rooms reported in England. So this is a severe case of voyeurism targeting female athletes. And this report was released on the 1st of April. So women are not safe even in their own gender segregated or gender protected spaces. This is sexual harassment if you're recording a woman against her will. A man as well. This is sexual harassment, because you are exposing their dignity. And sports facilities need to tighten down. They need to improve surveillance and implement strict penalties, as well as have our governments creating stricter laws against digital voyeurism. You were not raised right, and you should have been hugged more as a child if you think it's okay to film somebody naked. Yeah, that's just weird behavior. That's just strange behavior. You need to stop it, okay? All right. And on the 31st of March, Oprah Winfrey hosted a special on menopause awareness, tackling health challenges women face. And this is a conversation we need to continue having, for us to just be aware of what goes on in this phase of a woman's life, what they're experiencing in their body, in their mental health. We need to just have more menopause awareness. We need to see more of this in the public health education, and also have menopause-friendly workplace policies, which go hand in hand with the menstrual leave policy that we have been discussing. So hopefully just a couple of the stories, if not all of them, have struck a chord with you to take more care on women's issues, to be more concerned with what is going on with women around the world and women near you. 17-year-old girls are being killed for not marrying gross old men, because if you're 55 and you're trying to get with a 17-year-old, you missed a stage in your development mentally. You are unwell and you need to be locked up and be given assistance. You are not okay. We are having grown men preying on 7-year-old girls. We are having people record women in changing rooms. And my solution is that whoever it is that is okay with this type of behavior, let them be castrated, let them be alienated from society, so that somebody needs to preach to them, give them therapy, preach to them, because I'm not sure what better solution I would recommend that is legal. The thoughts that are going through my head, not very healthy, because this is the kind of anger that just sits and seats and seats and seats and sits. Just sits with you until it simmers and becomes a creature and becomes alive. And that is not something that I want to carry with me. So I'm just...
Maisha yao lazima iwe tamu, na akisisi tunanyeshewa na inanisumbua. Sipendi kuona ukitembea kwa baridi na mvua, ndo maana ndajaribu kile mi ndaweza. Hizi mashida situzisahau. Vile nilikupenda hapo mwanzoni, mpaka saizi ni zaidi. Mashida ni kawaida, haziwezi tuzika, hazitatushinda. Ndio maana mpenzi sibagui, nitakupenda kwa mabaya na kwa mazuri. Ukweli mpenzi sibagui, nitakupenda kwa mabaya na kwa mazuri. Kujitambua ndio ilifanya nikakuchagua, na nikoshua shida zikija ndazitatua mama. Wayo ukitaka maziwa ama halua ndazinunua, na kuletea kasi na fea nitatembea mama. No. Kila kitu ndio upate, hata kama ni machache, ni lazima nijikaze. Nasema tena, kila kitu ndio upate, hata kama ni machache, ni lazima nijikaze. Juu vile nilikupenda hapo mwanzoni, mpaka saizi ni zaidi. Mashida kweli mpenzi sibagui, nitakupenda kwa mabaya na kwa mazuri. Nasema mpenzi sibagui, no, nitakupenda kwa mabaya na kwa mazuri. No, mpenzi sitabui, nitakupenda kwa mabaya na kwa mazuri. Ndajaribu kile mi ndaweza, ndio nikuone ukitaba samu.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Nakupenda kila saa, ningependa angalau nikwambie wewe. Nasa tumeconnect kizenda, no cap nakupenda, na chochote nitatenda, kutenda nakupenda. Nasa tumeconnect kizenda, no cap nakupenda, na chochote nitatenda, kutenda nakupenda. Skiza story kabla judge book, easy my body, easy how I look. Tuliza mori cause the ground shook. Well fell from heaven with a bright look. Na unajua ni wewe na waza mama, na unajua ni wewe usiku mchana. chochote nitatenda, kutenda na kupenda. Nieleze, pambana na maisha we, na bado unanichanganya changanya. Nikaimba nieleze, pambana na maisha we, na bado unanichanganya changanya. Nasa tumeconnect kizenda, no cap na kupenda, na chochote nitatenda, kutenda na kupenda. Nasa tumeconnect kizenda, no cap na kupenda, na chochote nitatenda, kutenda na kupenda. Nikaimba nieleze, pambana na maisha we, na unanichanganya changanya.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
I had a vision last night. We were floating away when the war is okay. I felt this feeling inside that we finally made it. Yeah, we finally made it out alive. Ooh, the sun came out this morning, and I hear the birds are calling. Can you feel the glory coming? Ooh, the sun came out this morning, and I hear the birds are calling. Can you feel it coming? Don't you worry, takuwa sawa, sawa sawa, sawa sawa. Don't you worry, takuwa sawa, sawa sawa, sawa sawa. I know that life can be unkind, but don't even get time to unwind. Stuck in the feeling like you're behind everyone in everything. Yeah. You got this hold on to your life. Everyone you need are on your side, and with time you will see it will be fine. Ooh, the sun came out this morning, and I hear the birds are calling. Can you feel the glory coming? Ooh, the sun came out this morning, and I hear the birds are calling. Can you feel it coming? Don't you worry, takuwa sawa, sawa sawa, sawa sawa. Don't you worry, takuwa sawa. Don't you worry, sawa sawa, sawa sawa. Don't you worry, takuwa sawa, sawa sawa, sawa sawa. Don't you worry, takuwa sawa, sawa sawa, sawa sawa.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
So despite all of the drama, despite all of the mess that we have just gone through in our previous segment, either way, guys, tutakuwa sawa sawa. So that was Cheru telling us kila kitu tutakuwa sawa sawa, and that's what I need you guys to know, that at the end of the day, we still push through with the madness, Yani, we move regardless. We move regardless. Right before that, we had Kizenda. Mapenzi ya Kizenda, bro code. Is that the kind of love you guys have? Mapenzi ya Kizenda. Mapenzi yani mapenzi ya online. Yeah. And then Mazuri Mabaya by Yaya Tajiri. Like, come what may, I'm still gonna love you. I'm still gonna be feeling you. And that is what Yaya Tajiri is letting us know. Now, onto a happier, just a segment here in Sheversations. We are shouting out our powerful woman. You know that every Friday I come with the goods. And today we are celebrating a legend, a Kenyan legend, an Olympian, an athlete, and she is known by the name of Faith Kipyegon. So that is who we are shouting out today. So Ms. Faith Kipyegon, shout out to you. Shout out to you. So yes, full names are Faith Chepngetich Kipyegon, and she was born on the 10th of January 1994. I know some of you people are like 1994, mbona watu walikuwa wanazaliwa 1994? At this point, Malituko, if you were born in the 90s, wewe ni mzee mbaya. Like, wanakuita shosh pale social media because people are so rude. So yeah, see mimi ni memes zenu. So yeah, now we are the old people being disrespected by the youth. Like, there's a primary school child thinking about you when they say, when I grow up. Akiboye tumezeeka. Anyways, Shori wa millennial, Shori from the Cartoon Network era, Miss Faith Chepngetich Kipyegon, born in 1994 in Bomet County. Thank God for this birth and this particular day. And she grew up in a family of athletes. They were just running. Why were they running? Where were they going to? Like, this is just a family of runners. I'm like, mlikuwa sawa guys, what was the issue? But the particular reason why is because her father was a former athlete. And then they lived in a rural area, so there was a plenty of space. And she had an active childhood. How can you not have an active childhood when you're always running? Yani unaamshwa ndio uende ukimbie. In school, when they're telling people to stop running, you're just very confused because at home they're telling you, amka ukimbie. So your whole life is running. And she started running at a young age, often competing barefoot. I love that. Sasa sijui, I don't know if our new generation, city dwellers, kama wako na hiyo experience ya kutembea barefoot. As a child, I walked around barefoot. Wacha niwaambie. I lived in what was it? Was it a rural place? I wouldn't say it was a rural space because it wasn't necessarily in a community, but it was ndani ya kichaka. I grew up in the bushes, guys. When I say bushes, there's no better way to put it. Right now, it's a residential area because watu walikuja wakajenga. But I grew up walking barefoot, somewhere in the Khalakadi desert of Botswana, and that was my childhood. Was essentially, honestly, walking barefoot and just seeing my mother screaming every time she'd get home and I'm coming from somewhere far away. I've been gone for 2 or 3 hours. Na viatu niliacha nyumbani. And I love that. That's, the best way to toughen your feet. And I'm talking about a place which had very sharp acacia thorns that, sometimes it would prick you and your foot, could get infected. Like, ulikuwa tu unazoea. Sometimes you have a thorn lodged in your heel and it breaks in there and you don't even take it out. Now, unazoea tu, you feel pain for a whole month and you're like, I know something is happening in there. But the skin around that wound closes up and then unaendelea tu na maisha. So yeah, that's the kind of life that Faith had as a child, and I'm happy for her because that's a healthy life. And her talent in athletics became evident in her early life when she first competed in a 1-kilometer race at the age of 14. And she stunned her coaches with her endurance as well as her speed. Guys, wacha niseme, even me when I was... Do you guys believe that I actually used to be a 200 meters a sprint? I used to do 100 meters, 200 meters. I used to be a sprinter. That is crazy. My six-pack is a submarine, sai. It's undercover. Me and my undercover six-pack, Crazy. But anyways, we're not the same. Mimi in a faith, no. I stopped running. I started, taking things easy. I don't know about you. Wewe unakimbizwa na nini? By men, by your problems, serikali ama unakimbiza Mungu. Either way, we're all running something. Maybe you're running a business. Maybe you're running other people's businesses. Whatever it is, all of us are athletes deep down inside. But not the kind of athlete that Faith Kipyegon is. And she went to school in Keringet Primary School. Ukisikia jina yako inaanza na K, na iko na nget somewhere. Just know that people were running and people were very, very serious. Yeah? Walikuwa nakimbia the winning race. Si race zingine huku nyinyi mnafanya. Ama you guys, the only race you're concerned with is a human race. Ni sawa. Wacha niachane na watu. And for secondary school, she went to Winners Girls High School. Skiza, what is the name of your high school? Watu ku walienda Winners Girls High School. Na we ulienda wapi? Kwa Mtaro. I don't know. It's these other people who are angering me. The violence is clear. So I'm calling Najita kwa mkutano. Nikwe serious. You guys don't deserve these strays. You do not deserve them. Lakini, sasa, one of the most interesting things is that she did not receive tertiary education. Lakini, she trained with some of the best coaches in the world, including Patrick Sang. And I just want to talk about something very, very briefly. The idea of tertiary education, and this is something I've talked about before here on Sheversations, that the point of tertiary education is to open your mind to opportunities and just allow you to have that creativity, to give you the skills that are needed for you to push yourself and sustain yourself in the world. If you have already gotten to the point where you can easily sustain, you have identified what you're good at, you've become really skilled, you can diversify, you remain relevant, and you know how to earn a living and sustain yourself, then why do we need tertiary education? Now, don't get me wrong. Mimi sijasema drop out of school. Please stay in school. Kids, don't do drugs. Stay in school. Go the whole way. Do your 3 masters and your 2 PhDs, please. Lakini, I have a problem with a society when we don't value people that don't have the certificates that we have. Lakini watu wenye wako na degree, masters, PhD, a lot of them are still mark timing. They are marking time. They are marking time out here. They are tamacking. It is not cute. It is not attractive. So if you have actually conceptualized how to earn a living, you have conceptualized how to hold yourself up, you're perfecting your skills, you're improving in what you do, actually focus on that, because really also depends on which side of society you're in. And I quite much prefer when somebody who's already qualified in the skill goes back to get a legitimate qualification in terms of an academic accolade. Why? Because a lot of people right now are mismatched with regards to society's expectations. A lot of society's expectations and a lot of the lies that we were sold in primary school and high school is that education is a key to success. Education will give you a good future. And the millions and the thousands of graduates, millions of graduates actually, in our country beg to differ. At the end of the day, it is an idealistic concept. It is true that education is indispensable. However, if we're being honest, the system within which we're having this education needs to match up. So it's a similar conversation we're having about we have empowered women, but where are the empowered men to match them up and match their energy? So it's the same conversation of we're educating our children for them to go and work in what society when we're not being given the education that actually matches the economic situation in our country. Because our education system is not skill-based, it is not based on, it's not entrepreneurial, it's not a solution-based education, it is a theory-based education. Regardless of how many times the systems have changed, we have institutions churning out thousands and thousands and actually millions of graduates every single year, multiple times a year, to the disgruntlement of a lot of this graduates. So somebody like Faith, kuna mtu huku nje atasema, msichana hajasoma. And my question is, how many gold, silver, bronze medals do you have? What were you doing and achieving at the age of 14? And that's honestly the thing that bores me the most is when people come with a superiority complex because they have a certificate. I have a certificate. I'm proud that I have a certificate. God knows I worked hard for it. I worked very, very hard for that certificate. However, the way that we value people based on accolades is very mismatched for the day and age that we're in, because we're in a certificate yako, how much money are you making versus the guy who didn't even make it past high school. You know, he didn't make it through high school all the way through, the faiths of the world who didn't get to have a tertiary education, but they went on to become extremely skilled and right now living a very dignified life. So we need to just think about how we need to change the way that we are seeing a lot of the things that we value and that we use to give value to people. So, what kind of a girl was Faith in school? She was a quiet but determined student. She often spent extra time on the track after school. And despite the limited facilities in her village, she made the best of her environment. What have you done with the environment that you have? She used the hilly terrain as natural resistance training. So a lot of us, you know, kipata milima na mabonde. We complain. But for somebody like Faith, she saw an opportunity, and she is somebody that is quite inspiring to so many young girls, because Kenya is gifted. We say that we are so good at running because we're often running away from our problems. But whatever the case, we are running and we are doing a good job. So athletic wise, and she is a middle distance runner. Middle distance. I need us to educate ourselves. You know, we just want to shout out a whole, you know, just a whole array of the different kinds of athletes. So I want us to know the different kinds of, you know, just track and athletics events that we have, you know, because here on Sheversations we educate. You're welcome. You're welcome, because we learn things here. So she's a middle distance runner. What does this mean? It means that she's not necessarily the one who's going to do the longest, fastest race. And it also means that she's not going to be sprinting. So that's what middle distance is. And she's specializing in the 1500 meters. She has been dominant in global athletics, and she has been setting records and winning multiple gold medals across different competitions. So let's have a look. Let us have a look at some of her major competitions as well as the achievements that she has. Okay, so our millennial girl got her first gold medal in 2016. That is for 1500 meters at the Rio Olympics. And then she followed that up with a silver medal in 2017 at the 1500. All of her races are 1500 meters in London. So that was a world championship. The first one was the Rio Olympics, right? And then she went on to win another gold medal at the Tokyo Olympics in 2021. Followed that up swiftly with a gold medal at the World Championships in Eugene 2022. 2023, she did a thing again, once more, and she won a gold medal. Gold in Budapest. This was a World Championship in Budapest 2023. And then 2023, she had a really good year. So she had a world record, a staggering 3.49 and 11 seconds race. This is in Florence, a Diamond League in June of 2023. Another record, a mile world record, 4 hours, 7 minutes and 64 seconds. This is July 2023 at the Monaco Diamond League. And the 5,000 meters African record, 14 hours, 5 minutes and 20 seconds, June 2023. This is a Paris Diamond League. Come on now, come on. And she's a two-time Diamond League winner and has been named Kenya's Sportswoman of the Year multiple times. Why would we not name her as our sportswoman with achievements like that? I love it for Faith, and she is known for her humility, her strong work ethic, as well as discipline, and she maintains a very strict training regimen under coach Patrick Sang, who also coaches another legend, another marathon legend, Eliud Kipchoge. Yes, and her dedication to her craft and ability to maintain a high performance level over the years made her one of the greatest middle distance runners in history to date. And despite her global success, ladies and gentlemen, she remains deeply rooted in her community. She visits her village frequently. She mentors young runners. She encourages them to chase their dreams regardless of their background or resources, because that is her own story. And she's also spoken about the importance of education, as well as telling young athletes to balance their studies as well as their sports careers, because your education might not sustain you, but it will for sure open doors. And I love it when athletes and just other people who are not necessarily successful in the academic spaces, or rather did not go higher in their academics, advocate for education. Yeah, I love that so much. So these are the few things that she has said that are inspirational. These are just a few quotes by Faith. Keep you going. So she says, hard work, discipline, and patience bring success. And I run to inspire the next generation of Kenyan girls. And it's not just about winning medals. It's about making history. And finally, my family, my faith keep me grounded. And every time I step on the track, I remember why I started. Never stop believing in yourself, even when challenges come, and champions are made in training, not just on the day. So that is what Faith Kipyegon says. And everything she says is essentially a tidbit. This is a woman full of wisdom. This is a woman who has understood the metrics of success and excellence. And she embodies African excellence, Kenyan excellence, Black excellence, and female excellence. All right. And she has impacted women's sports in such a crucial way by breaking barriers for female athletes in Kenya as well as Africa. And she has for sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, inspired a new generation of young girls to pursue sports. And she has become a role model for aspiring athletes across the world. Her success has also brought increased investment in Kenyan middle distance running, leading to better training facilities. Look at that. And opportunities for upcoming runners. And not only that, but in 2024, Faith launched a mentorship program for young female athletes, focusing on discipline, resilience, as well as balancing athletics with education. And she also actively campaigns against gender discrimination in sports, calling for equal opportunities for female athletes in form of sponsorship, in form of training resources, as well as pay equity. Now, this is has been our powerful woman for today, and she's a symbol of dedication, a symbol of perseverance, a symbol of excellence, and she is without a doubt by far Kenya's most dominant middle distance runner. And I hope that she's going to continue to inspire young athletes, as well as continue to elevate our country's legacy in the global space, in the space of athletics. So we shout her out for her humility, her work ethic, her excellence, and just how much beauty and pride she brings to us. So she is one of Kenya's greatest sports icons. And Faith Kipyegon, this is for you. Thank you so much. Shout out to you, our powerful woman. And if you're a young runner out there, a young athlete, just somebody trying to get your hustle to get to the best place, let this level of excellence actually inspire you already. And right now we're going to listen to Haiwahusi by Israel Onyach and Tabasamu Langu by Jay Blessing, St. P and Joanne Matara. I'm going to see you here briefly.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Tunakosa gani kupenda tangu lini kawa dhambi, na yetu si haramu ni halali. Nina maswali siamini, ndugu zanguni hampendezwi na furaha yangu. Mnachopenda ni fununu nyinyi, mbona mnanikemea nikimbusu mimi? Mnieleze shida yenu nini? Haiwahusu nani? Mina mpenzi wangu tutafika mbali, liwe liwalo siya tusimami. Mkipanga njama na sisi tutapangua juu. Haiwahusu mpenzi, maneno yao haiwe haiwezi tuweka chini, wakija na silaha tutapambana nao. Siendi popote, mimi sitakuacha kamwe. Ni mimi na wewe, penzi haiwahusu. Wenye wivu mtukome, mliokosa washikaji njooni muone vile penzi letu imejipa na nimeshiba. Nilipata kitu bora vile nilikupata, malava na kutaka till forever. It's you and me, no one could ever take your place. Mnachopenda ni fununu nyinyi, mbona mnanikemea nikimbusu mimi? Nieleze shida yenu nini? Haiwahusu nani? Mimi na mpenzi wangu tutafika mbali, liwe liwalo si hatusimami. Kipanga njama na sisi tutapangua juu. Hewa maneno yao haiwezi tuweka chini, wakija na silaha tutapambana nao. Siendi popote, mimi sitakuacha kamwe. Ni mimi na wewe. Maneno yao haiwezi tuweka chini, wakija na silaha tutapambana nao. Siendi popote, mimi sitakuacha kamwe. Ni mimi na wewe, penzi haiwahusu. Ni mimi na wewe, ni mimi na wewe tu, ni mimi na wewe tu mpenzi.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
If I could turn back the hands of time, relieve every moment I spent with you, I'd still want you here. So tell me now, what happened to forever? What happened to the days? Oh, you said you'd leave me never. Now I'm in a daze. Why'd you have to go? Why'd you have to leave me now? Had so much to say, we had so much to do. Where and you went, tabasamu langu. Where and you went, ngome yangu. Where and you went, rafiki yangu. Where and you went, where and you went. Time can never erase your face. No, 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 nothing can ever take your place. You are the fire deep inside of me. You are the strength that I need to succeed. You are the voice that speaks to me. Asante kwa uzuri wako. Asante kwa mafundisho yako. here's what I'll do. I'll make you proud, I'll make you smile, and do the things that you left behind. I wanna thank you for being my friend, for being
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Already, welcome back to Sheversations. The time is 27 minutes past the half past Friday, and I hope that you are having a good time here on Sheversations. And even if you're not enjoying it because of some of the very triggering things that we've been discussing here, that at least you're learning something, that you're inspired, that you're fired up to castrate a sexual assaulter near you. But I didn't say that. I never said that. I didn't say that. I have never said that. So that was Haiwa Husu by Israel Onyach and Tabasamu Langu, J Blessing, St. Pierre and Joanne Matata. Joanne Matata has been singing her heart out. Shout out to you, girlie. And shout out to Faith Kipyegon. So we've just said some beautiful things about her. And it's women like that that are the Tariasi Chaba. You know, you guys already know what that means. These are the women that are holding up society, the women that are making us proud. And speaking of us being proud, there are some situations that we're not very proud of. And the conversation that I want to have today with you, the conversation that I would like us to have, the things that I want to bring to your attention is a predicament of sexual harassment in public spaces. Because when is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? You guys are creepy. Like, it's creepy. It's creepy. Catcalls, voyeurism, peeping toms. The Kenyan streets are not safe for the girlies. The girlies are not feeling safe in the streets because you just never know. You never know, Kifikiwa. You're having a good year, you're having a good 3 years, and then wha! Some man is fondling himself and his member in front of you kwa matatu. Tell me why I have seen a man fondling himself kwa kona matatu za KBS. Tell me why. Tell me why this is a thing that I have witnessed. Ebu, explain to me why this is an experience that other girls have also said they've witnessed. Tell me why a man, a driver, has tried to fondle my thigh. Like, are you going to drive or are you going to touch your gear, your stick, your what is it called, the gear stick, the shifting gear, the thingy? Or are you going to pretend to touch my thigh? Like, what is it? Ebu, pick a struggle because Sami nilishuka kwa hiyo matatu. I've told you guys the story before in this show. I've told you the story of how I was 12 years old and a man kissed me on the boobs when I was on the counter buying popcorn for my family after church. 12 years old. I was 14 years old when an Indian man decided that he wants to try and grope me before I said, I'm going to scream and call police if you don't stop. That's... Why does every woman have a story of how somebody at some point, whether it's a friend, a cousin, a brother, a father, an uncle, have tried touching them or touched them successfully or have actually gone the whole way and fully violated them? Sexual harassment. In case you didn't understand, that is exactly what we are talking about today. And we are tired. We are tired. These are important conversations, so we are going to continue having them. But don't be mistaken. It's not because we enjoy having these conversations. We are not obsessed. We are not a broken record. We're just broken, okay? Because society does not want to keep us whole. So, uku Nairobi, ni kama you just can't mind your business. No, you have to mind your clothes, you have to mind your tone, you have to mind your pace, mind your route, and still get harassed. Why? Because you were born with a vagina. So a vagina is like a life sentence to potential harassment. You never know. You never know the time, nor the hour. You never know. Wacha mimi nipite pale kwa taxi za kuenda Kisumu. Mimi hapo, and then waanze kunisalimia waseme, hey baby, hey a girl toto, and then now you're being grabbed. Wacha ufike pale downtown and they think that you're from up country because based on how I look, the public, the men pale downtown seem to think that I'm either Luo or Luya, and they decide that I'm going to their village. They just decide, wananiangalia, and they decide that I must be going to their village. And then they start to carry me. A grown woman like me. Msichana kama mimi mwenye amebeba alafu mnataka kunibeba alafu mnanibeba ufala. What is the issue? What's the problem? And yet this is a real experience. These are not rumors. This is me, an educated, empowered, fully dressed. And it doesn't matter whether nimewavalia booty shorts ama nimevaa skirts za chachia or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because this man truly will grab you in the streets. And let me just say, you would think, oh no, it's because you're curvy. No. Let me walk with my sister who is as tiny as they come. Let them do the same thing. And then that's when the sisterly instincts start to kick in. And I'm like, you people are disgusting. Like, who raised you? Like a bunch of animals. Why do men in our city behave like animals? And it's not everyone. We know that it's not all of you. Like a lot of you are so loving and decent. But the ones who wanachomea kila mtu. Wanachomea kila mtu because sasa, why do 99% of ladies who frequent Nairobi city, why do they have a story or two about something that has ever happened to them? Si kila mtu, najua si kila mtu, but why? Why? So what is sexual harassment? Unajiuliza, what is sexual harassment? You know, because that's just how guys are. Expect, Zoya to just avoid them, ignore. What is sexual harassment? A lot of us don't seem to understand what sexual harassment is. Unwanted verbal, non-verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature occurring in public. Matatus, streets, queues, supermarkets, markets, clubs, churches. Because tell me why somebody in church told me that I'm shaped like an onion. Jehovah, Lord, come back. Yes, Kuja Rudy. Please come back for your people. I'm like, we're in church. My nigga, we're here for the Lord. Hallelujah. Like, unani objectify canis, like, wogopi. Are you not ashamed? Are you not embarrassed? So that's what's going on, guys. That is what sexual harassment is. And Mimi and my onion vibes, Mimi wacha nikwambie, like I felt like crying. Not because it had hurt my feelings, but because I thought at least here, what I pretend. You know, like at least here what I pretend. And then unaambiwa, hey, hizo nguo kuna venye zime. And I'm like, don't look at me like that, bruv. I'm not last night's dinner. Like usiniangalie, like there's a certain way that men will look at you as a woman. Of course, this is a subjective experience. Every single individual has their own experience. And I have seen a good fair share of my male friends being objectified by ladies as well. So it does go both ways. But umewahi angaliwa in a way. Jana kuna mwanaume. I was heading towards my friend, my guy friend who was across the road, and I didn't know where we were going. So nilimwona from far because he raised his hand and he said, just where you're seeing somebody raise their hand, walk up to them. Some mwanaume mwingine akanipita, like on my way to me reaching my friend because we're going for fellowship. And this guy says, hi. Umewahi ambiwa hi, ukasikia dhidi. Like mbona unanisalimia nikasikia dhidi. It's because of the way he was looking at. Like this man was not talking to my face. He was talking to my chest. And then as I'm passing him, ananiangalia huku chini, huku nyuma. And I'm like, nimezoea lakini ni dhidi. Like it's inakuchafua roho. And guys, that's sexual harassment. By the way, that's not admiring. Like, if that's admiring, don't admire us. Just pretend that we're all ugly. In fact, convince yourself that all women are ugly. If that's the only way that you can respect women. If that's the only way you're not going to objectify women and sexually harass women. Like, can we just agree? Can we agree? Like, agree on behalf of all the men in your family. Sana, this is to men. And if you're a girl putting your hand on a man's chest and like rubbing your hand through his hair, kama kona nywele kubwa, my dready, and let me tell you, men also have autonomy over their bodies. There's this misconception that because a man is a man, you can just touch him anyhow. Actually, ladies, no. If that brother is fine, leave him alone. Imagine he also just likes his body to himself, because I have a couple of guy friends who are constantly being accosted by girls. Like, hi. Like, mbona unasalimia mtu kwa chest? And me, what if it was you greeting me on my chest? Like, a man's chest is still his chest even if he does not have titties like us. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Are you understanding me? Okay, now you understand what sexual harassment is, okay? And it's not just a bad vibe. Mimi nikikukasirikia, si ati niko na bad vibes. Naskia, it's not just bad vibes, it's actual harassment and it makes you feel not okay, right? So we're talking about safety, about dignity, and about bodily autonomy. So this is about, it's not just about gender, it's also about human rights. Do you actually understand that? Alafu kuambiwa smile kidogo, like nakusmailia kama nani. I know I have the joy of the Lord inside of me because Jesus done that thing. I understand. Lakini nakusmailia, like unaniambia si smile kidogo. Sikujui bro, unanuka vibaya. Like why am I smiling? Like I don't owe you anything. Like bro, you're not my brother, my father, my cousin, my and it's the audacity. Hey sister, hey, sijui we unakaa sijui wa kubebwa. Oh my goodness, Jehovah. Like honestly, it's a lot. Like, oh, hiyo si figa ya kutembea, ni figa ya kubebwa. I have heard so many things and we don't understand what our bodies have to do with these unsolicited opinions where you people are getting, at least you were creative. Guys, you know what I want? I want to be catcalled mpaka nicheke. Ile yenye, it's actually funny and like, even if I don't want it, at least it may entertain. Can we try catcalling that? Like, catcall me with money. Imagine catcall me with money. Like, just say, like, sijui, just, I don't know what to say. So we have a TikToker called Shiro X _ KE, and she shared how she was touched by a makanga in Rongai when she tried to board a mat alone. And when she said, wacha kunishika, watu wakacheka. Like they thought it was funny. Imagine umeshikwa mpaka, like you've gotten the courage to say that umeshikwa kwa matatu and then people are laughing. I don't understand. Like sexual harassment, guys, is not flirting. It's not a compliment. It's untitled, right? So the routes that we use in the city: Tomboya, Archives, Downtown, River Road, railways. Apo tu najua tu utaitwa. Like you just know. And this man selling clothes. My friend, wewe na denim zako zenye zimechapa, I will buy when like, why are you holding me? That's my question. Will that make me buy the clothing? I just need us to get to a reality check where we realize you don't have any right to hold up. Makangas, kamageras, now watu wa kukuza, mahokas. Please stop touching people. Like, I know that's what, but like, pia as society, we have normalized it. Alafu tunasema ni nguo watu wamevaa. Sijui crop tops, bodycon, shorts. Anatu invite. If you don't have a written invitation, please mind your business. Huku ni Nairobi, you don't know where people are from. You don't know what culture they're from, okay? All right? We need to mature and get over that. Clothing doesn't cause harassment. It's your behavior. You're a predator, okay? Okay, if somebody is harassing you, they're the predator. It wasn't nguo zako. That's just an excuse. Because sasa, it means wacha niachane nayo. So now, digital harassment. And then it's spilling into public life. Yeah? It doesn't start nor end on the streets, right? So we have those guys, the Indian guys in our DM saying, hi, baby. Woo! And people following in your real life locations. Guys, by the way, let's just be careful what we're posting online. And a good example of this is that a girl in Kilelesho was approached at a cafe by a man who says, I've been waiting for you to post that you're here again. And finally you did. Kai! Mina is a kufa. What do you mean? Like, I'm just trying to be young. I'm just trying to live my best life. YOLO. And then somebody is using your location wakufuatafuata. Guys, let me tell you, mimi Snapchat nilikuwa na update kila mahali. Until I realized somebody who I forgot is on my follow list, anaweza nifuata akitaka. Like, they would literally know, huyu msichana yuko home, I can go and rob her. We need to be more careful, and these people are disgusting. And the line between online and offline harassment is honestly it's gray. It's such a bloodline. And younger millennials and Gen Zs, Gen Alphas, we are very public, like that is still not an invitation for boundaries to be crossed and to be respected. Afu tena pale tuongelele polisi kidogo. Guards, pastors using their positions to intimidate or proposition girls and women. Because tell me what sucking nyonyo has to do with taking out demons. How many stories have we had from here, from Nigeria, from South Africa, because those are the 3 hot points where all of the demonic nonsense comes and enters people that are claiming to be men of God, coming to ruin people that are actually seeking faith and seeking God. That's disgusting. Police officers soliciting sexual favors so that they don't, yani una bribe na mwili. And that's what you're being asked. A guard. A student reported a KU guard. She was being asked for her number by the security guard while leaving an event at the Sarit Expo. Yeah. Na guard alisema ni salama ukinipea ama nikucheleweshe. Imagine you're in a position of power as a security guard and you're forcing people's numbers and then taking our numbers. Wacha nikwambie wadau, mimi nimeacha kuandika namba yangu kwa those logs. I write fake numbers. Because you people, you're the ones who start sending us those messages za kukon watu. I realized it's when I visit somewhere and I leave my number on a logbook, that is when I start receiving weird messages. Y'all have no boundaries. You guys are weird. So when the people who are supposed to protect us are the threat, where do we turn to? Where do we turn to? And the saddest thing is that it's not just girls, but it's mostly girls, right? So we have a lot of queer folk experiencing a similar thing. We have a lot of effeminate men, feminine presenting men experiencing this. People with disabilities also face this harassment. Yes. And so a young man who dresses in femme fashion on TikTok, he's called Brio_Lavender, shared how he's regularly spat at or groped while walking in town. And this is honestly very sad. And let me tell you, public harassment is about power and control. It's not about attraction. Okay? All right. And so now we need to find a creative way to speak against this. And there's people doing this using poetry, graffiti, TikTok storytelling, art installations, and they're doing this to call out street harassment, right? And we've been doing a lot in Power 254, highlighting women's stories, just allowing artists to come and express themselves and talk about the issues, including sexual harassment and bodily autonomy. All right. And my body is not public property. So that is a graffiti on the street corner in Isli by a young female artist from Mathari Creative Foundation. And that is just a good example. So finally, what do we want? Tunataka nini? First of all, to be left alone. I want to be left alone. Usiniguze, please. Mike, don't touch my kasusu. Don't touch my nyonyo. Don't touch anywhere, even my shoulder. I beg. My shoulders are my own. Okay, let me carry. Wacha nijibebe. Mzigo hata kama nimebeba. You understand? Like, we need better lighting in public areas. Street lights everywhere. Every single corner. We need sensitization of public transport crews. Yani wapelekwe shule. Because, woo! Au makanga, the kamageras, Lord. We need inclusion of street harassment in civic education. Pale shule, just go like, whistle. Tell all the boys in the class to whistle. And then the teacher says, if you've ever done that to a girl, stop it. Let me tell you, when you tell that to a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15, 16, 17-year-old boy, kuna mahali atafika atawaifanyia msichana hivyo. I promise, if we start that from a young age, right? We tell girls, imagine just because you like a guy, you don't need to touch his chest, you don't need to touch his hair, unless that's something that you want to do. Like, let's stop touching people's bodies. And we need youth-led community patrols and safe space mapping. This sounds a little bit bougie, but it works depending on where you live and how community-oriented these initiatives are. And we need school curriculums that include gender rights. No means no. Bodily autonomy. Teach these things. We don't need to be leaving campus or leaving high school to find out that there are terms such as bodily autonomy. These things need to be the order of the day. These are things that we need to be learning from a young age. And then we need to have men calling out their boys. Bro code. Si ya kusema usidate XY, your guy friend, at your bros before hoes. That's not bro code. Bro code is if a girl says no, respect her. Consent is sexy. And stuff like that. That's what true bro code is. Naskia. All right. So I just want you guys to share your most ridiculous catcalls, your public harassment moments, and we're going to share them on Sheversations. So you can do this anonymously or openly. Caroline_Murote on all platforms. Instagram, TikTok, it's at Cara Murote, and a Power Radio on all the different platforms. All right. Now, if I smile at you and you think that that's an invitation, we are going to invite you guys. When I was in high school, I used to grab and kick balls of boys who annoyed me and did weird things. Now we're going to start that, okay? So we just hope that we're going to have a Kenya where women in a Nairobi, Africa, and a planet where women are going to walk around feeling that they are respected, that they are safe. All right. So create safety wherever you are, whether you're a mama mboga, matatu tout, driver, uni student, TikTok celeb, a nobody, couch potato, a DJ. Choose decency, speak up, and stay safe. Encourage safety. All right. So let me know what you think. But that has been my very ripe rant. That has been a good rant. And I hope that that you've been able to share and relate, learn something, and just get something into your system that we need to do better as a society. Already? All right. So this is me signing out for today's Sheversations. I hope that you have a productive weekend. Please feel free to harass your closest cat caller and harasser in the streets by calling them out and actually asking them to do better, calling them up. Now, we're going to listen to For the Rest of My Life as we bring an end to the show. So that is our Tender Willie, and I'm going to see you guys on Monday. Enjoy your weekend and enjoy responsibly. Bye-bye.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Siku yetu ya mapenzi, maisha kuishi na wewe hadi milele ndio raha kwangu, nimekweka mbele juu kabla kujuana tulitongozana ikaingiana tukashindwa kuachana. Ona leo hii you're in love with me. Kabla kujuana tulitongozana iliingiana tuliomba sana. Ona leo hii you mine to be for the rest of my life, for the rest of my life. I feel so lucky, unami, for the rest of my life, for the rest of my life, for the rest of my life. I feel so happy, unami, for the rest of my life. Couple in town, do see how? And I really broke down when I saw you walk in your wedding gown. Whoa, whoa. Kabla kujuana, tulitongozana, ikaingiana, tukashindwa kuachana. Ona leo hii, hey, you're in love with me. Kabla kujuana, tulitongozana, iliingiana, tuliomba sana. Ona leo hii, hey, we
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.